Where's Bakis? ¿Dónde estás? Bakis, come here, mama. Come here, I'll pick you up. Alrighty. Hey, buenos dias. Happy Friday to you guys. Hope you guys are getting ready for the weekend. This is Vaquita. Vaquita is Leo's daughter. Leo's chilling in the driver's seat right now. This is her brother right here in the window, Gordelio. You saw him on the last video. And there's a couple other dogs in there. Their mom, Cookie, their aunt is in there. And the one who's hiding inside the house is Valentino. He doesn't want to come out and play. Here, go inside with your family. It's cleaner than being around a garage floor. So, quick little update. I've been driving the car and I'm still blown away by how good it drives with those inserts. I'm still just completely shocked that the inserts made that much difference. And I wanted to respond to a couple of questions. One question I was asked was about NVH, noise, vibration, hardness. I didn't have any significant noise, vibration, hardness. It was almost non-existent. That's why I didn't bring it up in the video. That's why I didn't even talk about it. In their description, and if you look at the reviews, they talk about it. But on my experience, Carrera 4S, it's got Pfister exhaust, so the Gundo hack, but these are actually Pfister branded, and done by Darren Pfister himself, and the Shockworks center muffler delete. So the car is louder and has a little more vibration anyway. With these inserts, I did not notice any. Inside this garage where it echoes a little bit, there was maybe a tiny percent, but on the street, in the driveway, anywhere, none. I noticed no extra vibration, harshness whatsoever. It was very, very smooth. And like I said, I've been driving the car now for 2 days with these inserts, and I daily drive this car, and it's perfect. It drives just fine. I have nothing, no extra noise, no vibration, no harshness whatsoever. Actually, it's actually smoother than it was before. All right, real quick, I wanted to cut into the video and give you a little bit more information because I don't want to mislead you. I want to be completely transparent and honest with you guys. So, just got back from another drive, and now that I'm, when you get something and it's brand new, it's like, oh, the shiny new toy, and then after you have the shiny new toy, then you start seeing and feeling how the toy really is. Okay, so everything 100% what I said before. The NVH that I was just talking about a minute ago, I noticed at idle, only at idle, there's a little bit of NVH, just a little bit. Nothing crazy, not uncomfortable, just at idle. Driving, zero, zilch, nada, just at idle. And if you've ever done semi-solid motor mounts, it's similar to that, but less than that. Less NVH than you get when you do semi-solid motor mounts. Also, if you have a little bit of NVH, when was the last time you changed your engine motor mounts? Because changing the engine motor mounts makes a humongous difference. Even if you go back to OEMs. If you put OEM motor mounts back on, it make a huge difference for NVH. So just wanted to give that little tiny bit of information there. I'm gonna go back to my lunch and you guys continue watching the video. Thanks. So hopefully that will answer that question. It is actually much better, much smoother than it ever was before. I want to thank Eric Vidal. Eric pointed out in my video something that I didn't even notice. And I didn't notice because I was that close to the transmission when I was on the car. It was like right there in my face. So I wasn't looking up here. I was looking right here. Right here at what I was working on was what I was looking at. I didn't really look up there, and I should have. So here's some screenshots of what he's talking about. And this is the drive shaft flex disc. It's actually not very expensive. So as I was looking for this, I also found the, on my favorite website, FCP Euro, they have this, they have the mount. They didn't have the Function First inserts. I got those directly from Function First. But the transmission mount is half the price of the inserts. So if you're debating whether to do the inserts or doing the mount, if you're at that stage, I would say go ahead and do the mount if you have the tool to press it out and put in the new one. Go ahead and do that. Or if you're gonna pay somebody to do it, have them, totally change your mount because the mount is 60 bucks. It's cheap, 60 US. So get the mount. Me personally, if I do this, if I change the mount, I'm going to change the mount and also add these inserts. It will make the mount last longer. It'll keep things from shifting around. You'll have more precision with your transmission when it shifts. I think it's a better choice to use both together. I think it does a really good job. A brand new mount is probably gonna be flawless and perfect. I think adding this function first piece to it, you probably don't need to add it to a brand new mount, but you know, with age and time, rubber breaks down, and that's why the mount breaks down, really. It's not because you drive your car, it's because the age and it's made of rubber. Same thing with the drive shaft flex disc. The drive shaft flex disc, as you saw in the pictures, mine is starting to crack. The edges are cracking and I don't know how to explain it. It looks like old dry skin. I looked at it again in the pictures where I could zoom in. I haven't got under the car and looked at it, but I've looked at the pictures and I've been driving the car and I haven't noticed any adverse effects. I haven't noticed anything. I was warned not to do launch control, because if I do launch control, I could break it. That's a good idea. I personally, I've only done launch control a handful of times in this car, and I don't really do it because I know launch control is one of those things that, how wonderful it is, this is a Gen 1 PDK, and a launch control can break the PDK. And I don't want to have to replace the PDK right now. So I don't find a reason to do launch control other than it's fun as hell. So right now, I'm debating whether I do it myself. It looks pretty easy on this car. I've never done one, but from the pictures that I took, it looks like the Porsche went ahead and made everything threaded. So it appears just from the pictures that there's no nut. So it would just be one bolt, or 6 bolts, but it would just be a bolt. It wouldn't be a bolt and a nut, which looks pretty easy to do. And I think pretty straightforward. And I think on this car, I don't know, I'd have to look at the front. The other question I have is, some cars that have a longer drive shaft, they also have a center bearing, and then they have 2 of those flex discs, one on the front and one on the back. I don't know if this has one on the front and one on the back, or only one on the back, because the wheelbase is not very long. It's a shorter compact car. It's smaller than the 991. So it might only have one in the back. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't looked under here. I'm rewatching my old videos right now to see if that's the case. Do I have one or do I have 2? And even if I have 1 or 2, one of them is, it's like the motor mount. It's like $63 US. It's not very expensive. It looks pretty easy to change. I'm kind of leaning towards doing it myself. It was not comfortable to be under the car. I'm not claustrophobic, so the space didn't bother me, but getting in and out, and lifting your head and trying to maneuver tools was a pain. Now, as far as how the car's put together, oh, Porsche did an amazing job. It is so easy to get tools in there, so easy to access everything you need to remove, to install. Amazing job by the Porsche engineers. These cars are just amazing. If you don't have a Porsche and you have any other model car and you do maintenance yourself, buy a Porsche and you'll get it. You'll get it. Forget the sticker shock of the price of it. Buy it, do some DIYs yourself, and you'll just be blown away. You'll never, ever want to touch a Volkswagen, an Audi, a Camry, a Ford, a GM. You won't want to touch any of those things once you get something like this. This car is amazing and super easy to work on. I actually like working on this car. So I think I'm talking myself into doing it myself. I think maybe I will just do it myself. And it's not a matter of saving a couple bucks, because I will save some money. I'll save the labor they're going to charge me, which is, what is labor today? It depends where you are. Probably $200 an hour these days. So I'll save that. It's funny they say rear engine, because the engine's like right here, right at the back tire. It's rear engine because it's behind the rear axle, but barely. The engine's there, and transmission is right here where my hand is. So that's why with the Caymans, it's flipped around. The GT4 and the GT3, 911, and the Cayman GT4, or Boxer 718, whatever name you want to call it, it's the same engine, same transmission. They literally take it and they rotate it 180 degrees. So then the engine would be here and the transmission would be in the back. So it's a beautiful day. I don't know why I'm sitting here in the garage talking to you guys. So as soon as I'm done with my coffee here, me and the dogs. We're gonna take a trip and we'll catch you guys later. I don't have any adverse effect from driving the car. I have no vibration, no noise, no clunky, no nothing with the Flex thing. So it's not something I think I need to change today, but probably soon. And I'll change it right away. I'm not gonna drive the car for another 50,000 miles that way. So if your car, like mine, this is a 2010. So this is 2024. So this is a 14-year-old car. So if you have a older 911, it might be, if you have all-wheel drive. I guess if you don't have all-wheel drive, it doesn't matter. I guess this only pertains to all-wheel drive cars, turbos, 4Ss, GT4s. Was it a GT4? GTSs, right? Right, dogs? GTS? I think all the later model GTSs were all-wheel drive as well. But anyways, if you have the all-wheel drive, so you have the drive shaft, I think you'll have this. I think if you have the S, you don't have the drive shaft, this probably is not an issue for you. So if you're gonna go ahead and do a transmission mount and do or just do the inserts, it's probably a very good time to do it all at one time is to get this disc. So the Flex disc is $63 US. The transmission mount is, I think, also $63 US. And the Function First inserts, which I didn't tell you the price before, but I put the links in the description. The Function First inserts is $145. Total price for all your parts is, what's that? Without the insert, if you just went OEM parts, you're probably spending less than 120 bucks or around there. If you add the inserts in there, well, it brings your total up to $300. $300 and your car will drive just phenomenally. Plus the tool and your time. So I think it's worth doing. Enjoy your weekend. I'm done with my coffee. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there and drive. Have fun. I'm gonna go for a drive with the dogs and we'll catch you later. Stay tuned for the update videos and I'll let you know what happens one way or another, what we do with this Flex disc, whether I'm gonna do it myself or we're gonna get it done. All right, catch you guys later.